Hello everyone, my name is Stefan Strano, co-founder of iVali, and I'm really excited today. We have our second Spotlight Series interview. Let me introduce you to Cesar Alvarez. He is a current sophomore at Harvard University, majoring in government. Cesar, thank you for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be here tonight.
Yeah, so like the last Spotlight Series, we're going to follow a similar format. We're going to start off with how was your life in high school? You're from North Dakota, is that right?
That is correct.
Man, so that's a huge move from North Dakota, right?
Yeah, definitely to say the least, in a lot of different aspects.
So tell me a little bit about where you're coming from. Like, how was your high school like? How was the experience?
Sure. Well, I'm coming from North Dakota, being a rural state as it is alone. Coming here, a lot of people I meet, they're always introducing myself, North Dakota, and I'm always getting these small little jokes on people actually live there, or that's always a fun game. But I come from a rural state, and then I come from a rural area, so I have a lot of different things coming on. You had rural state, rural area,
right?
And I actually grew up being part Native American. I actually grew up on an Indian reservation.
Oh, wow.
So I had those three different things, and so it was always a small setting for me. I've gotten used to having that bubble community safety net around me. So I got my comfort zone pretty well established for 18 years. My school was a public school. It was a very small school, about 200 to 250. And when I talk about that to friends here, they always think it's a private school, but it's actually a public school, 250.
Wow.
Yeah.
In high school, did you always want to kind of get out of North Dakota, kind of get out to a larger place, or was that kind of an internal struggle for you?
Well, no. I always starting in high school, sophomore and junior year, I really got involved with a lot of things that gave me the opportunity to really leave my area for a while. And so getting to see the city life was one thing. Getting to meet a lot of new people with different backgrounds was another big thing. And so as I got to go out more and more and do more things, I just got to see that there's a whole lot more out there that can be seen. So definitely, one of my largest decision factors in going to where I'm going to apply to school was definitely somewhere outside North Dakota.
Yeah, let's kind of hone in on that a little bit as far as which colleges you actually selected to apply to in the first place. What were some of the main factors that you considered?
Definitely were the areas of study was first and foremost. Being myself, political science.
Okay.
Really law. I envisioned myself going to law school. So I looked into what has some good, strong holdings in the social sciences the most.
And how did you go? Did you just look at the U.S. News and World Report, or did you use other? How did you assess the programs at the different universities?
Sure. Well, U.S. News Report was really helpful for me. And I recall in junior year, actually, in our English course, we had kind of a career/college searching project. And so that was a great way for me to actually, I physically contacted and called all these schools where I maybe normally wouldn't have called a lot of different schools I called, and a lot of them were outside North Dakota, and everybody called me crazy in my class, but it was a great opportunity for me. So that's where I really got in touch with Harvard and Princeton, Duke, and Yale, University of Chicago, and that's how I got at least some brochures and pamphlets on the programs. So that's what I looked into first and foremost.
So you actually physically picked up the phone, called up the department or the admissions office, or?
In most cases, yeah, that's what I did. And I also did a lot of research on websites as well. Looked at their admissions pages. But the main schools I was really working on where I did physically call and wanted to talk to somebody. I wanted to actually have a person there who I could talk to.
Which were you trying to contact? The people in the admissions office or the people at the department heads and the teachers?
What I mostly focused on was the admissions office.
Okay.
Predominantly.
And then so apart from the actual who is best known or who has the better reputation for political science, were there other considerations that you held in mind as far as getting away from North Dakota, going to a bigger city, or?
A strong academic background is one thing. Geography was very big for me. The Midwest is what sometimes known as the West, but I consider North Dakota the Midwest, and I wanted to get out of that area for a while.
Okay.
Not necessarily, we have some pretty tough winters, but winters I got used to. I wasn't to where I want to go south. I really just wanted to get a whole different taste of, I wanted my college experience to be diverse in every aspect, and I also wanted to go somewhere that had a lot of different background students there as well, and all kinds of different backgrounds. So geography and just diversity in general is what I looked into.
No, I actually hear that a lot. I mean, it's interesting. It seems to be one of those kind of nebulous things, like diversity and having a bunch of people from different backgrounds. But it's definitely really enlightening when you start talking about things like government, for instance. And you have, 30% of your class is international, and, half of them come from the Northeast, and like a quarter come from Texas. And
yeah, definitely. Another thing, too, was class sizes and the amount of people, not just the diversity, but the amount of people I like to interact with. And I was for sure wanting to get out of the small setting. I really wanted to go into a major university.